think I shortened this down to an hour and a half, so hopefully, why do you guys the only ones that laugh? No, thank you, appreciate that. Good, okay. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to my 2024 State of the City Address. This evening, I will be presenting the city affairs and information pertaining to 2024, as well as highlighting some of our current events taking place in our community. Before we begin, I'd like to introduce several notable individuals joining us this evening. Our Council President at Large, Ann D'Amico, Council Member Ed Hargate, Ward 3 Council Member and Council President Pro Tem Anthony DeLisio, Ward 4 Council Member Robert Goff, our Police Chief Dennis Matasik, Fire Chief William Turner, Finance Director Joe Filippo, Building Commissioner Dan Perno, Recreation Director David Iannero, our Service Director Mr. Brian Belfiore, my Executive Assistant Jolene Grieve, Dr. Michael Barnes, Superintendent Mayfield City Schools, Dave Conley, Regional External Affairs, First Energy Corporation. In addition, we have Lieutenant Brian DeSada here as well. As Mayor and Safety Director of the City of Highland Heights, it is my responsibility to prepare an annual State of the City report for the residents and businesses of our community. I am honored to be your mayor and to call the City of Highland Heights my home for over 28 years. The information provided tonight is intended to be informative, and I look forward to welcoming your comments and questions at the end of my presentation. In addition, I will be taking some time to discuss the upcoming Safety Service Levy, which will appear on the November 4th ballot. Our city motto, "The City with Pride and Promise," is truly how we operate, plan, budget, and make decisions that are in the best interest of our community. The promise to our residents is to always to provide the highest level of services in an efficient and cost-effective manner. This is achieved through a collaborative and progressive city council and administration. I have the privilege of working with a great staff of employees and loyal and dedicated first responders. The City of Highland Heights offers a comfortable and convenient balance of neighborhoods, green space, and business parks, all with easy access to downtown Cleveland and other regional amenities. The unique and special qualities our city possesses consistently lands our community recognition in Cleveland Magazine's top 20 suburbs in their annual Rating the Suburbs report. In 2024, we were ranked number 5. This rating is based on many factors, including safety, the quality of our school system, walkability, median home value, amongst other factors. In addition, the City of Highland Heights has been rated one of the top 20 wealthiest suburbs, according to Crain's Cleveland Business. We appreciate this recognition, and this type of positive PR greatly increases the desirability of our community when a prospective buyer, home buyer, and businesses are looking to relocate. Recognition like this would not be possible without the hard work and dedication of all the city departments and staff, as well as each and every resident taking pride in making their community a great place to live. I would like to share a few brief highlights of several events that took place in 2024. The City of Highland Heights hosted its 3rd annual Safety Services Night. This family-friendly event provided an opportunity for our residents to meet our first responders and ask questions about their jobs and the equipment used to keep them safe. The city also hosted its 3rd annual Community Cleanup Day. This annual event is in partnership with the Highland Heights Green Task Force, who generously provides vests, grabbers, and gloves for our volunteers. This is a true community event which includes residents and students all walking together for the greater good of helping Highland Heights to stay beautiful. In 2024, the Home Builders Association Charitable and Education Foundation of Cleveland, Make-A-Wish for Ohio, Kentucky, and Indiana chose Highland Heights as their home for the holidays, with an opportunity for someone to win a new $750,000 plus valued home in the Grappa Farms development. On December 31st, 2024, a winning ticket was selected, Unfortunately, it was not me. The winning ticket was announced live on News 5 Cleveland, where the winner chose the cash option. I am happy to report the home sold this year. Last September, I hosted my first annual Bike with the Mayor event. This event is in collaboration with the Cuyahoga Greenways, which is a part of Cuyahoga County's Planning Commission and Bike Cleveland. This event aims to provide residents with an opportunity to engage in physical activity with their elected leaders and explore our park trail and green space while enjoying a scenic ride throughout the community. Our next bike ride with the mayor will be held on Saturday, September 13th, 2025, beginning at 9 a.m. here at City Hall. I'd like to discuss our financial and business overview. The City of Highland Heights ended 2024 with a general fund balance of $4.8 million. Our local city taxes were down $406,000, or 3.3%. Expenditures for 2024 were $1.1 million less than budgeted. Revenues were down $163,000. General operating expenses exceeded our revenues by $1.36 million. In 2024, the general fund balance was reduced by $2 million as a result of an incentive loan to Park Place Technologies. This loan will be paid back to the city over the course of the next 7 years, as Park Place Technologies will be bringing in $45 million payroll to the city of Highland Heights, with the future estimated projections up to $60 million over the next 5 years. Overall, expenses were up $840,000 over 2023, and revenues were down $188,000 over 2023. The general fund receives 92.5% of income tax collected, and the bond retirement fund receives the remaining 7.5%. The city's peak revenue occurred in 2018 at $14.5 million. Revenue in 2024 was $13.9 million. To put this in perspective, our expenses in 2018 were $14.3 million. Expenses in 2024 were $15.1 million, which is only a 5.8% increase since 2018. Infrastructure remains a priority for me, as many of our roads are similar in age and require annual repairs. In 2024, the city took out a 9-month, $1.5 million note at just under 4.5%. These funds were used for the 2024 road and sidewalk programs. In 2024, the City of Highland Heights welcomed several new businesses, which included the following. Park Place Technologies Global Headquarters and Testing Center began moving into their new building the latter part of 2024. Park Place purchased the former Progressive Insurance buildings located at 747 and 755 Alpha Drive. Park Place Technologies is expected to bring in 500 new jobs to our community. The Little Gym of Highland Heights, located at 767 Alpha Drive, which is next to Drug Mart, officially welcomed little guests and their families in April 2024 with a ribbon-cutting ceremony. The Little Gym is a premier children's gym dedicated to providing fun and engaging programs for children aged 4 months to 12 years. The Little Gym of Highland Heights is one of the largest in the state of Ohio. Vitalia Senior Living Center, located at 305 Bishop Road, officially began accepting new residents last summer. Vitalia Highland Heights is a community that is fully licensed and offers senior, independent living, assisted living, and memory care, with a variety of services and a range of floor options. Amenities include a restaurant, a 24-hour bistro, concierge service, housekeeping, events and entertainment, personal care, transportation services, and more. We'll shift to the city departments, starting with the building department. 2024 brought a significant change to the building department, as longtime building commissioner Dale Graffelder retired after serving the city of Highland Heights for 38 years, with 15 of those years as the building commissioner. Mr. Graffelder served as a part-time patrol officer with the City of Highland Heights Police Department for 24 years prior to becoming the building commissioner. In October 2024, I welcomed Dan Perno to my administrative team as our new building commissioner. Dan has extensive experience in construction, industrial maintenance, and code enforcement, He is a State of Ohio certified building official, holding 8 State of Ohio BBS certifications. He also obtained the Master Code Professional designation through the International Code Council, holding 31 certifications. Mr. Perno has a full-time building inspector and a part-time administrative assistant. The building department personnel are fully certified by the State of Ohio Board of Building Standards to enforce the Ohio Building Code and Residential Code of Ohio for the safety of all residents and businesses. The department handles the issuance of all permits for both residential and commercial construction. This past spring, the building department has been migrating to a new cloud-based software program called CitizenServe, which is a permitting software system that automates and simplifies permit applications, review, resubmittals, approval, and inspection processes. The department should be fully migrated by the end of the year. In 2024, the department issued 551 residential permits, 10 for new home constructions, and 101 commercial permits. These permits generated total receipts of $272,000 with an estimated construction value of $12.7 million. In 2020, a residential rental program was implemented. From the information obtained through the county for 2024, we had a total of 64 rental properties within the city. Of the 64 registered properties, all 64 properties received exterior inspections. The building department, by ordinance, tracks and permits foreclosures within the city. This information is shared with the Highland Heights Fire and Police Departments. In 2024, the building department received 3 foreclosure notifications. As of the end of 2024, 1 has been sold and 2 are in the court system. The building department is responsible for enforcing all zoning laws, property maintenance codes, stormwater management plans, including roadside ditch and rear yard swale maintenance, and the issuance of right-of-way permits. Last year, the department issued 105 violation notices, primarily identifying violations and enforcements of our zoning, residential, and business maintenance codes. As in years past, high grass, property exterior maintenance, and commercial vehicles parked in residential driveways remains the most common violations. The city's finance department, under the direction of Joseph Filippo, CPA, is established under the city's charter, Article 6, and such oversees the fiscal matters of the city of Highland Heights. The finance department is responsible for the following: administration of employee benefits, all payroll functions, collections of revenue and timely payment of city liabilities, investment of city funds, and the management of debt. The finance department is comprised of 4 full-time staff members, which include a finance director, assistant finance director, accounts receivable clerk, and an accounts payable clerk. Our staff generates annual financial statements and assists the outside certified public accounting firm to prepare their annual audit. The finance department has consistently received the Ohio Auditor of State Award for Excellence in Financial Reporting according to the Generally Accepted Accounting Principles, otherwise known as GAAP. Less than 10% of municipalities receive this award. Additionally, the city has a strong AA2 bond rating, which enables the city to borrow at a very favorable rate and displays a strong financial position. Mr. Filippo has been a finance director for over 20 years and has been with the city of Highland Heights for 13 years. Mr. Filippo will be retiring at the end of this year. As I mentioned earlier this evening, there's been a lot of information shared over the last several months pertaining to the city's finances. I will go into an in-depth discussion regarding this topic a little later in my address. The fire department, under the direction of Chief William Turner, continues to provide superior services to the residents of our community. Chief Turner has served our community for over 37 years, the last 17 years as chief. In addition, Chief Turner is also the emergency coordinator for the city. As emergency coordinator, Chief Turner is responsible for planning, developing, and implementing citywide policies and programs related to emergency management in order to meet county, state, and federal mandates. The fire department has a public protection classification rating of 2, with a rating of 1 being the highest, as issued by ISO. Less than 75 departments in the state are rated a 1 or a 2. I'm happy to report that for the 5th year in a row, the department has received the Mission Lifeline Gold Plus Award from the American Heart Association for pre-hospital cardiac and stroke care provided to our residents. Throughout the year, the fire department continues its offerings of public education and training activities throughout the year. Classes included CPR, AED, first aid and stop the bleed, and fire extinguisher training. All of these classes are available to residents at no cost. In 2024, the department submitted and was awarded a grant from FEMA through the Assistance to Firefighter Grants Program. The grant award was for $52,000. The federal share of this grant was $50,000, in which the fire department was responsible for $2,500 of that. This grant allowed the department to purchase fire hoses and fire nozzles. 2024 was a milestone year for the fire department as the department responded to 2015 emergency incidents while maintaining a 4-member minimum, which has been in place since 1989. This is a testament to the hard work and dedication our members provide to the city they serve. In addition to providing fire suppression and emergency medical services, the department also a member of the Heights Hillcrest Technical Rescue Team. The team comprised of approximately 75 firefighter paramedics from the cities of Beechwood, Cleveland Heights, Euclid, Gates Mills, Highland Heights, Lyndhurst, Mayfield Heights, Mayfield Village, Pepper Pike, Richmond Heights, Shaker Heights, South Euclid, University Heights, and Willoughby Hills that are trained in specialty rescue. The team specializes in swift water rescue, building collapse, confined space, ice, dive, trench, rope, and tower rescue. The department continues to work with and support the operations of the Tri-Community CERT team. The mission of the CERT team is to aid the public safety departments in our communities and to be prepared to deploy to other communities when needed. The fire department continues to support and sponsor the Boy Scouts of America 461. The department also continues to support the aluminum cans for burned children with their on-site recycling program. The fire service is continually changing and adapting to meet the needs of the people we serve. The fire department has become an all-hazards organization responding to fire, emergency medical, hazardous materials, and technical rescue calls. The department continues to seek innovative ways to maintain and improve these and other services while remaining committed to the needs of our customers, residents, and business partners in the city of Highland Heights. In 2024, the complement of the department was 22 full-time members and 6 part-time members. This includes the chief, assistant chief, an administrative assistant, 4 lieutenants, and 15 firefighters. The department operates on a 24-hour on, 48 hours off basis with a minimum of 4 firefighters per shift. The Highland Heights Police Department is led by Chief Dennis Matasik, who is responsible for the overall effective and efficient management of the department. Chief Matasik's primary responsibilities include all administrative functions and responsibilities, such as recruitment and selection, developing community relation programs and services, and overseeing all training and recruitment of sworn officers and civilian personnel. He is assisted by the lieutenant, administrative assistant, and communication specialists. There were several personnel changes in 2024, which included a resignation and our reserve patrol officer accepting a full-time job with the City of Mayfield Heights Police Department. Staff changes included the promotion of Officer Brandon Sokolowski to a full-time patrol position, and Ashley Welch joined our team as a reserve dispatcher. Officer Christopher Rendley was added as a reserve patrol officer dispatcher. In addition, the police department hired Jeff Fulmer as a reserve patrol officer who serves as the first school resource officer for St. Paschal Baylon Church. The department remains committed to providing high-quality services such as residential security surveys, bike patrol, e-bike patrol, care call, Alice and Dare programs. In 2024, the police department acquired a new portable traffic trailer for speed monitoring and data collection. A stationary radar was also added to select neighborhoods in an effort to reduce traffic violations. The Highland Heights Police Department remains committed to achieving the standards of CALIA, means the Commission on Accreditation for Law Enforcement Agencies. This commitment allows our agency to consistently review and update policies, procedures, and practices. When national events create a spotlight on law enforcement, our department can already say we have new reforms and ideas in place that are being suggested nationally. Last month, the Highland Heights Police Department underwent its on-site CALIA assessment, which takes place once every 4 years. The full assessment includes an in-depth review of the department's operations and interviews with personnel and an inspection of the jail facility. The department consists of 47 employees, 28 are sworn police officers, and an additional 19 are civilian and part-time employees. The department's organizational structure consists of an administrative assistant to the chief, detective bureau, patrol unit, a jail facility, communications specialist, records, communications center, and school crossing guards. Emergency services are provided by the police and fire department through a 24-hour call dispatching center located in our communications center. The police department is the lead for its city's deer management program. In cooperation with the USDA and ODNR, Ohio Wildlife Division, the city culled 80 deer last year. This program has helped reduce the number of deer accidents, reduce deer carcass pickups on property, and reduce general complaints of deer destroying residential property. The number of deer has been reduced to a manageable and healthy herd. We continue to evaluate and monitor the deer population along our USDA and wildlife partners. Residential safety continues to be a priority for our community. In 2024, Officer Rocco Tabor received specialized training for the DARE program, Drug Abuse Resistance Education. During 2024, Officer Tabor took over the DARE program, teaching classes at Millridge Elementary and St. Paschal Bayland School. The 2024-2025 school year was the 33rd DARE class taught by the Highland Heights Police Department. In 2024, the City of Highland Heights Service Department, under the direction of Service Director Brian Belfiore, was able to continue and fulfill its objective of delivering superior services to our residents, businesses, and the public in an efficient, cost-effective manner. The Highland Heights Department of Public Service serves a growing community of more than 8,700 residents, with more than 3,500 homes and over 200 businesses. The department is responsible for the maintenance and improvement of the publicly owned infrastructure and public land, including more than 92 lane miles of roadway and 112 acres of public property. The department interacts with the city's safety forces and other departments, as well as county, state, federal, and other public agencies, to coordinate a wide range of services in the community. The Highland Heights Service Department is comprised of a staff of 11 servicemen, seasonal employees, an administrative assistant, an assistant service director, and the director of public service. The department provides routine and emergency public works services to the residents, businesses, and visitors of our city. Department personnel are on call 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, to respond to emergency needs of the community. Under the leadership of Brian Belfiore, the Service Department has taken on more of an active role of providing in-house services such as road repairs, park maintenance, fleet vehicle and equipment maintenance, sidewalk repair and replacement, a year-round brush collection, and tree trimming within the city's right-of-way. The Service Department continues to maintain a strong focus on providing exceptional services to our residents and businesses while utilizing the most cost-effective measures. In addition to the programmed activities such as road patching, crack sealing, street sweeping, catch basin cleaning, property maintenance, leaf collection, snow removal, the department responds to hundreds of miscellaneous requests for service. Additionally, the Service Department provides residential collection programs at various times throughout the year for brush, computers, household hazardous waste, and shredding. In 2024, the department's operating budget exceeded $2.5 million and assisted with the planning and management of a $1.2 million in capital infrastructure improvements. Projects of significance over the past year included the Franklin Water Main Project. The water main was replaced from Strumbly to Cambridge. The asphalt program was full-depth concrete repairs and asphalt resurfacing, which took place on Romford and Williamsburg Drive. We had a concrete and sidewalk program, full-depth concrete repairs, catch basin repairs, curb and gutter repairs that took place on Hanford, Blair, Alpha Drive, Glen Eden subdivision, Bishop Road, Hawthorne, and the intersection of North Applecross and Medway. In addition, we also had a street striping program. In 2024, our in-house road repairs included curb repairs, catch basin repairs, all handled by the service department. In addition to sidewalk block replacements on Coldstream and Longspur, utility openings on Wilson Mills and Ransom. Asphalt repairs were also completed at multiple locations along Wilson Mills Road west of Lander. The service department was able to perform in-house crack sealing on Strathaven, Prestwick, Turnberry, Ransom, the Franklin-Radford intersection, and all roads within the Aberdeen subdivision. In 2024, the City of Highland Heights was awarded a NOPEC Energy Savings Grant in the amount of $22,645. Funds received are to be used for energy-related projects. These funds were used to replace all of the windows at the service department. The existing windows were over 40 years old and were the original to the building. New windows were installed with Vinyl Energy Star certified windows to provide better comfort and improve energy efficiency. In addition, NOPEC grant funds were used to add security lighting to our community park. In 2024, the City of Highland Heights received recognition as a 3-year recipient as a Tree City USA. Tree City USA is one of the Arbor Day Foundation's oldest programs. I had the privilege of attending Tree City USA recognition event this year with our Service Director, Brian Belfiore, and Assistant Service Director, Steve Bokovitz, at the City of Beechwood. To qualify as a Tree City USA community, we are required to meet 4 standards that are set by the Arbor Day Foundation and National Association of State Foresters. The Service Department maintains an on-call staff available around the clock to handle snow plowing, de-icing, and any other emergencies that may arise. During non-business hours, the Service Department relies upon the Police Department to advise when there is a need for service. The staff of 10 full-time and 2 to 4 part-time drivers maintain approximately 92 lane miles of roadway and 23 lane miles of sidewalk throughout the city, as well as all parking lots and walkways on the municipal complex property. During the evening and overnight hours, manpower is reduced to 1/2 as the workforce splits into 2 groups to maintain around-the-clock service. Along with the Park and Recreation Committee, Recreation Director David Ianero is responsible for the planning and coordinating of all recreation events within the city. With the help of program managers, directors, commissioners, seasonal employees, and volunteer coaches, the Recreation Department offers a wide range of quality recreational programs and entertainment for all to enjoy. Community events sponsored by the Park and Recreation Commission in 2024 included the Easter Bunny Egg Trail, the Kickball Classic, Craft Days in the Park, which is co-sponsored with the Highland Heights Garden Club, Neighborhood Community Bike Ride, live music and family fun nights at the pool, a children's Halloween candy maze, and the community holiday lighting. 2024 summer recreation programs were at capacity. They included baseball, softball, t-ball, tennis, pickleball, swim lessons, and day camp. The Highland Heights Community Pool is also home to the Highland Heights Hurricane Swim Team. On April 8th, 2024, the City of Highland Heights Community Park welcomed over 2,000 residents, neighbors, and friends to witness and experience the solar eclipse. For me, this may have been one of the coolest events we have ever hosted in our park. The afternoon event included music, food, games, and crafts for the kids, and a moonwalk on our newly renovated park trail. Our community center remains busy year-round and welcomes residents to host their parties, clam bakes, meetings, and events. The community center is also home to Jazzercise, Boy Scouts, the Boy Scout Troop 451, and weekly events by the Community Partnership on Aging. Little by little, we continue to make enhancements to the community center to best serve our residents. Late last year, we replaced the aged original floor with a new tile floor in the vestibule and main common area. In addition, this fall, we will be making another significant improvement by updating the AV equipment. Most of the current equipment is 25+ years old, which has presented a challenge for us over the years as technology needs are greater. The Highland Room upgrades will include a 136-inch LED display, a 55-inch 4K display to be located near the bar area, upgraded rack system with Bluetooth capability, and wireless lavalier microphones. The Buckeye Room will receive an 86-inch 4K display to better serve residents and groups with the ability to display presentations or videos. I would now like to take some time to discuss the upcoming safety service levy that will appear on the November 4th ballot and how we got here. According to the guidance from the Ohio Auditors of State's office, city personnel are not permitted to advocate for or against the passage of any levy or bond issue during times they are compensated by the city of Highland Heights. Therefore, the city of Highland Heights will only provide factual information as it pertains to the 5.9 mil levy request, which I will do this evening. It has always been my intent to be transparent with sharing updates pertaining to the city's financials and the challenges we have faced since the pandemic. Earlier this year, we shared that the city is projected to be in a financial deficit by fiscal year 2026. Our current financial situation of going into deficit spending by 2026 is a direct result of loss of revenue, higher expenses, and inflation. The bottom line is we have collected the same property tax since 1967, which I may note is the lowest in the county. Please understand that the property tax covers only 6 to 7% of our budget. Income tax revenues fund over 80% of our budget. But that revenue has declined due to lasting changes in the post-pandemic workplace with more people working from home. While we are talking about loss of revenue, the city used to collect an estate tax, which helped fund the capital account. Between 2008 and 2013, we averaged about $500,000 per year from this tax. The highest year of revenue from the estate tax was in 2012, when we collected $833,000. When the estate tax ended in 2013, the general fund started transferring $2 million to capital because we had the funds and the administration did not want to have to borrow. Once our income tax revenue started declining, we were not able to transfer from the general fund any longer and had to start borrowing. Over time, our costs have risen slowly, and our bottom line is impacted by inflation, just like yours. Meanwhile, our property tax revenues have lost some buying power over the last 55 years. Earlier this year, an anonymous residential online survey was implemented to help us better understand the community's priorities and perspectives on city services, budgeting, and finances. After much deliberation and careful review of the community survey results, City Council voted to place a 5.9 millage safety service levy, police, fire, and EMS, on the November 4th ballot. The levy would be fully dedicated to funding our safety services, which account for over 60% of the city's budget. This decision was not made lightly, but has required us to act as the city is in a financial crossroad. This evening, I would like to share a know the facts and a frequently asked question to help better understand why we are on the ballot this November. I would first like to address the 4.0 mils property tax rate that was established in 1967. 1967 was 58 years ago. Of the 4 mils that the city collects, only 2.2 goes to our general operating expenses, which is about 6.5 of our total general fund revenue. As a city, we have offered one of the lowest property taxes in Cuyahoga County. We now take in less revenue through income tax collections due to major permanent shifts in the post-pandemic workforce. As I am sure you are aware, we have faced slowly rising costs due to inflation and increased service demand. This combination of flat revenue and increased costs have led us to a roughly $2 million annual deficit. Should the safety service levy pass, it would generate about $3.3 million and would be used exclusively to fund the Highland Heights Safety Services, police, fire, and EMS, in which 80% of our community rated as a 5-star quality in the recent community survey. The reality is that without new revenue, we will necessarily see significant changes to our safety service offerings, as well as other city services. It is also worth mentioning that the number of calls to our various safety services has began increasing for years and will continue to do so as our population ages. If the levy fails, we will need to reduce our annual budget by $2 million. Unfortunately, since our police, fire, and EMS are 60% of the budget, they would necessarily bear some of the hard reductions, which could result in reduced staffing, fewer patrols, slower response times, delayed equipment upgrades, and difficulty recruiting new officers. We also expect other non-safety services, such as public works and waste collection, would also see reductions to bridge the deficit, which ultimately will affect our quality of life. How much will this cost homeowners? The 5.9 mil levy would cost approximately $17 a month per $100,000 home value, or $206 annually. For a home valued at $300,000, the cost would be approximately $619 annually. As I mentioned earlier, the city of Highland Heights has one of the lowest millage rates in Cuyahoga County. If the levy passes, Highland Heights will still have the second lowest among our neighboring communities, which includes Mayfield Heights, Mayfield Village, Lyndhurst, Richmond Heights, South Euclid, and University Heights. Over the course of the last several months, either council or myself have been asked about how we spend the city's money. Are we overspending? Are we spending wastefully? How do we pay for projects we have done over the last several years? I'd like to share with you how a vast majority of our projects were paid for. The room you're sitting in, the council chamber, we received ARPA funds to the beat of $400,000 to redo this room right here, which was over 40 years of age. In addition, ARPA funds were also used to convert all doors, faucets, and hand dryers to touchless at the municipal complex during the pandemic. The park and trail connectivity project was we were awarded a grant in the amount of $100,000 from the state of Ohio. In addition, we were also awarded a grant of $100,000 from the county to cover that project. We were also granted $50,000 to upgrade the technology here at the municipal complex. We were awarded a $250,000 grant to replace the emergency generator at the police and fire departments. We received a $130,000 grant from the county to redo our baseball fields. We also received a grant of $20,000 for community center renovations, which included new foyer flooring, the touchless faucets and toilets, an extension to the concrete pad, which allowed for more outdoor seating. We also received a grant in the amount of $20,000 for the Veterans Peace Memorial from the Veterans Peace Memorial renovation project from the Cuyahoga County Veterans Peace Memorial Grant Program, which included a new sign, new concrete, and new landscaping, along with new lighting. We also redid our police and fire department buildings. As I stated earlier, these buildings are all near, if not exceeding 40 years of age. We took out a $5 million 20-year bond to help with the ailing buildings of the police and fire department. Each year, the city is awarded a grant from NOPEC, which we can utilize for projects that are utilized specifically for energy-efficient projects. Since 2021, the city has spent $258,000 in NOPEC funds, which we have completed the following projects with: LED lighting in the community park, LED lighting in the community center, LED lighting in the service department, LED lighting at the community pool, LED lighting inside City Hall and all parking areas on the municipal grounds, the replacement energy-efficient windows at the service department, replacement energy-efficient windows and doors at the fire department, replacement energy-efficient window doors at the community center. Lastly, we received a grant from the state of Ohio to replace both pavilions in the community park. Demolition has already taken place for the lower pavilion, with the upper pavilion being taken down this week. In the coming weeks, informational meetings regarding the safety service levy will be held before each of the council meetings beginning in September. Residents are encouraged to attend listen, and ask questions they may have. The schedule will be posted to the city's website and our social media pages. I'd like to thank you all for attending this evening. We will be taking questions pertaining to anything you may have, the levy, services, how we got to where we're at today. Afterwards, I did prepare a slide presentation in the event that anyone does have questions pertaining to the levy. I think we have as much information as possible, and we try to make it as clear and as transparent as we possibly can moving forward. So I appreciate all of your time this evening. Thank you for coming out and for the continued support.